Hello and welcome. My name is Jasmine Butler and I'm an interactive consultant. I've worked with major brands in order to help them with their web, mobile, and social app experiences. And this is Living Digital, where we talk about apps, marketing, technology, and innovation. A couple weeks back, I did a review of the basics of the smart home industry, in which I describe a day in the life of a smart home owner. Well, many of the cool automated functions that I described can be accomplished by using a free service called IFTTT. That's IFTTT, which stands for If This, Then That. And that's what I'm going to be going into today. The concept is simple, yet can be applied to so many things. So what's the concept? Here's the definition on their site. If This, Then That is a service that lets you create powerful connections with one simple statement. If this, then that. The if universe can be broken down and understood by knowing the definition of 5 words: channels, triggers, actions, ingredients, and recipes. So I'm going to refer back to the website to define them. Channels are the apps that can be triggered within IFTTT. Examples of channels would be Gmail, Instagram, Nest thermostat, or various items in a smart home hub. A Wemo outlet, for example. Triggers. Triggers are the this part of the phrase, if this, then that. An example would be when I pull into my driveway or when I post to Facebook. Okay, so the word action. Action represents the that part of the phrase, if this, then that. Examples of that would be send me a text or turn on the lights. Next are ingredients. Ingredients are the pieces of data from the trigger. So for a geolocation-based trigger, I believe the address would be the ingredient. And lastly, we have our recipes. A recipe is the combination of the trigger and action within your active channels. Got it? Okay, good. I went through the setup process, and to be honest, I was kind of excited. Excited in the way you get when you walk into a Build-A-Bear or, a build your own omelet at a buffet or something. Customization is one of the advantages of this branch of the tech industry because it can be all things to all people, more or less. First, I chose a channel, RSS. Then I chose how I wanted the channel to trigger each time it's updated. And then I chose what I want the channel to trigger. And so the what in this case would be me setting it up to post a link to the Living Digital blog on LinkedIn each time the Living Digital RSS feed is updated. So going through that exercise has showed me that there are thousands of recipes to choose from. And it's actually an online community where people share and use each other's recipes. Even though it may seem like if this then that is just a way to automate your online life, it definitely ties back to the smart home. For example, there are channels that connect to smart home items like any of the GE Quirky products or one of the Wemo outlets or switches. If you already have these products, IFTTT seems to bring the web to them in a way that it normally wouldn't have access to, at least in the industry's current state. So your home could be tied to email, to weather, the news, and can even be tied to itself. Imagine it being like the elaborate booby traps that we used to see on cartoons, except put data in the place of the pulleys and the cages and the rubber bands and all that. So I hope this overview of If This Then That has been helpful. I'll include a link to their website as well as the brands mentioned on today's episode on the blog, which is jasminebutler.com/living-digital. That's JAZMIN. Thank you, Dad. Butler.com/living-digital. Lately, I've been getting all my ducks in a row when it comes to distributing the podcast. And I'm proud to say that you can now find Living Digital on SoundCloud and Stitcher. If you use the podcast app on your iPhone like I do, then you can subscribe to the RSS feed, which is on the blog, and that way the show will download immediately into the podcast app each time. If you have suggestions for show topics, definitely don't hesitate to email us. You can email at im@livingdigital.me, or you can tweet us at livingdigital_. Once again, I hope I've shared some new information with you, and thanks for listening. Living Digital is produced by Sebastian Merrick Productions. Theme music by Derek Carter.